let's move on. Let's talk about the Little Calumet River Basin Development Commission, and Dan Repay is in here as part of the Community Programming Initiative. Dan, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Hey, made it through the fall with no major events on the river. Mm-hmm. We really never had that major rain event. We had one.
We had a
that
couple.
Was early.
Yeah.
That was in August, wasn't it?
We had a June one that was the biggest one of the year so far. Then we had a couple of those rain windstorms that just missed us north and south. So, there's always winter, which is always fun.
Well, is winter that much of a danger time for the Little Cal?
Past 2 years, we've had I don't want to say close calls, but it elevated quickly. Last year, if you remember, I think it was New Year's Eve where we had snow on the ground, and then all of a sudden it turned to 60 in a thunderstorm. Well, you have the ground that's frozen, plus all the melt off the snow, and plus the rain. You can go there pretty quick. And then in 2008, just after the flood that happened in September, there was another issue in December as well. So I think it skipped 2009, and then we'd had the one in 10. And there's always a chance because if the ground's frozen, it has no place to go. There's just strictly runoff, and so we just keep on becoming more prepared and building more capacity, and that's what we got to do.
Now, Dan Repay's in the house. He, of course, is the Executive Director of the Little Calumet River Basin Development Commission. And if you want to talk to him, 219-845-1100. Culverts before and after the flood and how they had been really backed up.
It demonstrates what they look like in August of 2008. When the Army Corps did their annual inspection. They come through and they check all the pieces. And so those pictures were taken directly from that report. And then the after photo, which was taken by Conservation Mike, that I used as a part of my presentation to the state budget agency, showed what it is then, or what it was then, what it is now. And we did a lot of back and forth, and I could get you the whole packet of before and after photos that I presented at the last commission meeting. A lot of work has happened in areas that have been not neglected, maybe too strong, but neglected is the proper, I guess, term to say that people ignored it and don't account for that when it comes to the flooding issue. You just people in Munster usually concentrate on Munster issues. Hammond concentrates on Hammond, Gary on Gary, and Gary's been built for 20 years, and I feel sorry for him because it has been 20 years since something's gone back there. And we just finished up a project on Chase Street. Chase Street, if you remember, where there was some fatalities a couple of years back where the two grandparents ran off the road coming back from a wedding, and there was those 3 kids that fell off or got in an accident. Well, that road has since been closed by the city. And thankfully, but there's also been 3 small culverts that run underneath that road. We were able to work with the city of Gary to basically open that road up. No culverts will be allowed. It's a free-flowing stream now, and we have a small boat. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. We have a. What are you laughing at? Hold on.
That's the term the doctor uses.
That's not Dr. Foride isn't on the radio anymore.
No, but that's his term.
All right.
You walk in and he says.
Remember, there's kids in the back seats right now, so we be careful.
Do you have a? Anyways, go on.
It's a free flowing stream.
It's a free flowing stream right now.
I'll say it for you.
Yeah, and once again it's Dan. Here we go. There we go. Dan Repay's in here. All right, so you go down to the. What budget committee?
State budget agency. They're the elected officials from both Democrat, Republican, Senate, and House that oversee the money. To give brief history, the legislators were able to appropriate $14 million, and then every time we need some money, we have to go down there and show our case. 2 weeks ago, excuse me, we were invited to give a presentation along with the RDA to explain to them what we've done with the money, how we've spent it, and what we see going ahead. And we did that at the Portage Marina Community Center. It was when the Times had those 2 guys surfing on Lake Michigan. That guy was out there while we were giving the presentation. And these pictures that you're showing were a part of the presentation that I gave along with Mr. Bill Baker, who is not here but is being represented by the trophy that he won in the John Southsider Open. The trophy never goes away.
It doesn't ever go away, evidently.
Constant reminder.
And I'm showing right now to anybody on the video the before and after of a culvert that has a bunch of logs in front of it. No water was going to make it through there. There was even plants growing in the river. And then here it is as it was cleaned out.
In that picture, you'll see, if the viewers can see, there's a stain line actually on the cement culverts as to where it has been or where the debris was up to and how long it was there for. Those stain lines don't just come overnight. So those culverts are just immediately to the west of Martin Luther King Drive in Gary, under the CNN Canadian National rail lines, and that is the actual river itself. That's where the river goes. So whatever you see, wherever you drive over, whether it's Burr Street or Kennedy Avenue, that's the river in that section. That's what the river has to go through. And if you see the picture no water could really go through there. When no water can go through, make it to Portage, we have what we have.